hold it. If it's saying recording top left, it's recording obviously. If you press.
Alright, so
that's now recording there. Okay.
Oh yes, yes.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go around the outside first. Also, you've had to drive the other vehicle.
Where does it leak? Up here? Is that what we're going to watch out for?
Well, I suppose it's the same with any vehicle. You obviously can have. You're obviously going to be very careful. Get it serviced each year, so at least the engineers can obviously check for damp.
Yeah. Okay.
It should be sealed.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we've been checked. Obviously, we've been checked to the PDI as well.
Right.
Okay, so water in.
Yes.
I'm not sure if it's somewhat similar to your last one.
That's excellent because the last one we had, you clipped it in.
Yeah,
Much for a watering can.
Yeah. Well, a water can or a hose pipe. Yeah, you got the motor.
Yeah.
Your tyres have also got a pump, which you can connect to there. If you say you've got a water container, so if you didn't want to take it off your pitch over and over again, which you would do, obviously, if you try to fill it in.
Believe it or not, our caravan had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Well, they'd have it
some do,
added.
yeah, some do, yeah. Some have them just to fill the toilet.
So on this one, somewhere in this is a pump you plug in.
Yeah, it's just in. I'll show you after. It's in the locker underneath the seat here.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Yes.
Boiler outlet.
Right.
So it's on gas. That's your vent.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just trying to think where the water outlet is on for the tank line. Oh, was it this side? The other side? The other side would be 240 in.
Yes.
Okay. Obviously you need to put that and pull that out to disconnect it. And just underneath here, hidden craftily is a satellite point, so you can actually connect the satellite system from outside if you want to.
So you have to lift it before you disconnect.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just that flap there, and you just pull.
Oh, I see.
It should be a similar connection to what you had in your caravan.
I thought you meant lift it like that.
Yeah. No, it does lift with it, but then obviously it slides back in when so you can push that down.
Yeah. Fine.
Okay. Wastewater outlet.
Yes.
Is that one there? So the grey one.
That's nice and simple.
Yeah. Toilet. So it's probably similar to the one on the other one.
Pretty identical.
Yeah. And the water comes off the actual water tank itself.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
right.
The flush tank, that is.
Okay. So we don't have to put. The only thing we have to put in there is some green or blue or whatever it is inside there. So it's flushed with water rather than chemicals.
Yes.
Which is much better because the chemicals stink.
Yeah. Well, they do. Okay. You got your bike rack on the back.
Yes, that's really important.
Yeah.
That is really.
Can you make it work?
So it's not very mechanical. Obviously, all you do is just strap your wheels into them sections there. That obviously does the nearest to the furthest. Obviously, you can screw them up to manoeuvre where you need to.
It's got these fittings like that other one we had.
Yeah. So you just have to loosen it a bit further, and then you can fit it into different locations instead of trying to fit it into one.
Have you ever seen any of this model with a scooter on the back?
Can't say I have.
No,
I'm
it's
not sure.
strong.
I'm not sure. Depends what kind of scooter. If you mean the one that does that,
No.
or like a 50c or 100cc one.
That's right.
I would check. Obviously, before you put anything like that on it. So I'm not sure. Obviously, there probably is a limit to weight that you need that you.
That's
have
right.
On
We saw one in Holland. A German guy had a small caravan like this, motorhome.
Yeah.
He had a little scooter on the back.
Yeah, just be careful because obviously
The
weight, the bearing of that may not take the weight of that.
No.
That's right.
I'm not aware of that, obviously.
Well, it came off the steel chassis.
Yeah. What, on theirs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Obviously,
this
I'm saying
doesn't.
This
This
may
is
not.
off the bodywork.
This is off the actual.
Oh yeah, I know that is.
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean I wouldn't put a scooter on that.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Don't do
I
that.
thought you were asking him if a scooter would go on.
Okay, obviously you've got your gas locker.
Okay.
It's there. You've got obviously that is, if you have a crash, that will crash sensor can pop out.
Okay, right.
Obviously, so that'll shut the gas off, even though you should travel with the gas shut off anyway. But that is obviously an extra safety feature. So if your gas is not coming through into your van when you're trying to operate the cooker or whatever, obviously when you're on site, but not when you're trying to boil the kettle when you're travelling, obviously. Obviously, make sure just press that in for around about 3 seconds.
Okay.
It should reconnect the gas to it.
Right, we need to get some larger bottles actually than we've got.
Yeah.
So, but we can fix that.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
They all fit on quite.
Yeah,
it goes around the neck.
Yeah, they actually sit on the top of the gas.
Well, that's better than the other system. Yeah, that's much better.
Okay, and you've also got your locker. It has got a step in here. You've actually got a few spare carpets as well for the front end.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, so that's quite good for the cable, isn't it?
Yeah, things like that.
Storing any outside stuff.
Yeah, that's your diesel. So obviously don't get that confused with water. You shouldn't do, obviously, because it says
And
diesel on
that's
it.
the ignition key.
Yeah, that's the ignition key.
Right.
Which is obviously
The last time I had a heck of a.
Yeah. unlock it with the key first. Now you need to hold on to the lid, turn the key. That's it. Now the whole thing should screw out.
Including key.
That's it.
Last time I had
to put it back in, obviously opposite of that.
I had a game.
Yeah. It's until you get used to it. That's it. Once it's clicking, then turn the key. That's it. It's locked.
Okay,
good.
Right,
I think you might just press the keys. The keys. That's it. Unlocked it. Right. Okay. To get into your bonnet, the catch is there for it.
Let's have a look. See, we haven't seen underneath the bonnet yet.
Yeah, so it's there. There's a lot of other vehicles you see them, they have them under here and whatever.
Yes.
If you're looking under there, you probably wouldn't have seen that there.
No, you wouldn't.
Okay.
Right, okay, that's.
Let's see what's under the bonnet, shall we?
Okay.
Let's see what 20,000 miles says about Fiat engine.
It's not even running at 20,000, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, you think it's it's a commercial vehicle that they do well over 100,000 miles when they're 20,000.
Seems pretty clean, doesn't it?
Yeah, it should be tidy. Obviously, it's been in for a service. And
yeah, good.
Okay. New cam belt fitted there is written on there.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, so it's had
that's early, isn't it?
But it's probably it's probably just as easy to do that now than what it was in.
13,000 for a cam belt.
I'm not sure if that's the period of time it needs to be changed.
Right.
Obviously, that has been changed. So,
because in our VW, it was 60,000 the new cam belt went on, but that's a car.
Yeah, it's different than a commercial one. Commercial engine, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, which we're not
that's an interesting one.
Okay. Right. We'll do. We'll go inside. Drain for your water tank, which I'll drop the spot, is there. It's actually drain for your fresh water tank. So in the winter, obviously make sure you drain that down. The blue one there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So make sure you drain that down.
Is just opening that going to be sufficient to drain it completely? How can we be certain?
Well, it's going to be as close as to get your rescue water system is draining off through the. I'll show you the valve in a minute, which is through the boiler, and that route out is the rescue taps.
Right.
What you can do if on your last trip out, is as you're driving home, open that up. As you're driving, obviously the movement is more likely to get the water out than just sitting there and.
So you don't have to blow it out or anything.
No. Probably unlikely to be able to blow it out anyway.
Yeah.
That drains lower than the tank anyway, so it should.
Yes.
Further step, the last one we had was a step that popped out.
Yes.
Just down the bit more substantial.
Well, that's my step, obviously. Your steps under the which is very similar to
our
that.
steps inside. Yeah, I can.
Very similar to that.
All right, you're going to put your shoes on.
My slippers on.
Whoa!
We can make it dirty.
We can make it dirty. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Okay, so control panel as we come in.
Okay, listen to this, Nicky.
It's straightforward enough. But you got 12-volt systems on. Obviously, you can see lights and everything else is working at the moment. I'll press any button; it just lights up what is up and running. So we've got mains connected. You're running off leisure battery. Obviously, your 12-volt system is on and the water pump's on at the moment.
Right.
You'll press battery select. Can run it off the vehicle battery, but it's not wise.
No.
As in, you go and flat that battery. So make sure it is on leisure side. It's also showing what your voltage is of your battery at the moment. It's 14 volts because obviously that's going through the charger as well at the moment.
Yes.
Okay. Again, view levels. Then obviously it shows you your batteries and your fresh water tank, which is showing 3/4 full, and obviously waste tank showing 0.
Okay.
Okay. You've also got a frost protect on the tanks. So if that is switched on, obviously in the winter time, you hopefully shouldn't need it in the summertime, but in the winter time it'll obviously protect it below a certain temperature. And then as obviously the temperature rises outside, that will automatically switch itself
Minus
off.
what?
It's not. I think it's just below 0. I think.
Is it?
I wouldn't say definite, but yeah.
Yeah. And you press that for it to work?
Yeah,
or?
you
right.
need to press it.
Okay.
Yeah. So once that is on, it'll regulate itself.
When you
then.
press these again,
yeah,
like that.
Yeah, so that's water pump off now.
Water pump off. Okay, so water pump off. Now these lights, red. What does that actually mean?
Well,
we've got a red light there.
Well, red light means empty.
Right.
Yeah. So obviously, as it gets the quarter, it's amber. It's getting near empty.
Okay.
Yeah,
But all of the lights were on there.
Yeah. So it's 3/4 full at the moment.
Okay. Right.
So obviously, red light is showing. Obviously, on the waste tank, it won't be red until it gets to full.
Right. And how many litres are in there now? Do you think? 30.
Say at least that. I would think at least that 40.
Right. But one wouldn't travel with that, presumably.
I wouldn't travel with it full, but you could travel with at least half full. I would say.
Okay. That's a lot of waste, isn't it? But you know, if you want to be independent, I suppose you have to have that.
But if you're going to stop, even stop at the side of the road and have a break or whatever, you want a bit of water in the system.
You do.
So you can still use it.
Okay, right.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
What's
That's a
that?
TV point.
No, there's a spirit level.
Yeah, it's got a spirit level in there as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Right, so switch the 12-volt systems on and off. Obviously, that's your power button. Switch that off. Obviously, you see everything's gone off.
Yeah.
So you switch it on, you just press that, and it switches it all on.
Okay.
Or switches just the power on.
Same
Obviously.
as a caravan, really.
Yeah, very, very similar.
Yeah.
Light switches. So that switches the lights on. Obviously, they're individually switched as well.
Okay.
Awning light, which is obviously outside.
Yeah.
You obviously get your frost protect. And you obviously got your water pump as well.
Right.
Okay. So you don't necessarily switch the water pump as soon as you get in. Make sure drains are all and taps are in the correct position. You can see where that can go.
Yes.
And then there'll be water everywhere.
Yeah,
If you've left that open to drain it, and you go and hit that,
Yes.
without thinking you could have that water coming
Everywhere.
cascading over there.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
before you switch your water pump on, make sure all taps are shut in the correct position. The water boiler, which is just under this seat on the right, there's a drain down switch in there. If you can see the yellow one down there, look.
Okay.
So if you lift that, that will drain the water onto the ground outside. Obviously, to get the water in, it needs to be in that position there, so it allows water to circulate and not drain out.
Right.
Okay, so in the winter, you need to obviously lift that up
Yes.
and open all the taps to centre, and then that'll
Right. And there's the pump
drain
for
out through
water.
there. Yeah, so there's your pump there as well.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, that's your that's your main onboard pump. That's the smaller pump. If you're using a water container outside, you can use that. And also you got your leisure batteries positioned down there as well.
Okay.
Okay, you have got your gas shut off for the boiler there. Just popped up.
Right.
So
that's it.
that
That's
one's so that one's not doing anything. So obviously that's not connected to anything. Then that one there is for your boiler. You don't need to turn that off. Obviously your main one is turned on top of the gas cylinder.
Yes. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Got that.
Right.
That's pretty well the same as.
Yeah, they're not a lot different. Yeah, they're not a lot different to be honest. Okay, so to get the water in, it'll be exactly the same as your last van. Water pump on. Open all the taps. Well, open your main tap. Get the air out of the system. Fill your hot water tank across to your hot side of your tap. Again, get all the air out of the system. Obviously, I've primed it already. Obviously, you'll be spluttering away to start with.
Absolutely.
Until you get the air out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Then once you've got a solid stream like that, you've got your hot water tank full.
Okay. Right.
Okay. I don't know if you want to put your fingers under there, but it's quite warm.
Okay.
I have had the water.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. That's very good.
And that's been working on 240.
Yeah, and probably a bit of gas as well.
Okay. Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so to heat the water, so you have to be able to get water into the system here and get the air out. To operate it is this control here. Let me see that.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Right, there's obviously two controls for it. This one on the right, okay, that's your control to switch your water. You know, the difference between water heating and heating. Okay, so this flame icon here, that is actually heating. It's not gas, it's heating. Okay.
That's quite ambiguous, isn't it?
Yes, because obviously you got this side is gas.
Right.
Okay, this side.
Okay.
Right, so to switch it on is this right hand one, the outer ring. So in the summer, you might want 40 degrees water heat or 60 degrees.
Okay.
So it will just heat the water.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
If you want just the heating on, you can run the heating without water in as well.
Okay.
Okay, and then that one there is heating and hot water at 60. So that's probably more your winter setting.
Okay, right.
Okay, and this here is your thermostat control for your heating.
Right. So,
Okay.
I haven't got my glasses on, but presumably, that's, yeah, okay, right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's flat out. You may hear the fan come on because it's obviously quite warm here. It might. It's just like you can just about hear it come on.
Yeah.
Obviously, the fan only comes on when it obviously the heating starts to warm up,
Yeah.
and it will start blowing the air. Then obviously once it gets up to temperature, you'll hear the fan die down again.
Vent there.
Yeah, so you got a couple of vents.
Two vents only. Wow.
No, I say at least a couple of vents. No, there's one at the end
there.
here. There's one
Yes.
at the end here. I think
Well,
there's
you've
one
got a
in
socket
there.
there for a fan heater, so that's all right.
I say you shouldn't need a fan heater with this on going.
No, it's very small volume, isn't it?
Yeah,
You
it
know.
will blast it. It will warm this up quite nicely. This boiler.
This is quite a little compact little job, actually, and it's quite nice because the other one was much
more,
bigger.
yeah, obviously a
And,
bigger space to heat as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so that's just control to switch it on, water heating, or whatever. This side of it is what energy you're going to use.
Okay.
Okay, so the one on the left, at the moment I've set it to gas, so that flame icon there is gas, and electric 1, 2. Gas on its own, and electric on its own 1, 2 as well. Okay, what you've got to remember is.
And 1, 2 means what?
So you got.
Amount.
It's wattage, so you got I think it's 900 watts on the single one, single digit,